Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Awesome. Now that we're recording. Yeah. So thanks everybody for coming. Again, we're kind of getting fewer and fewer people as this goes on. And so that's actually a good sign, because that means we're getting things kind of solved. So thanks for everybody that showed up today. Appreciate it. The two things that I want to talk about. So number one, we made a slight change to Civicore, and I emailed all the program coordinators about it yesterday, but I just wanted to bring it up again. So when you enter a new client, right, when you click on add a new client in Civicore, before we were requiring just like first name and last name and a couple other things like that. We did not require date of birth, gender, or ethnicity. And the reason for that is because that stuff was being collected in the gain. And so we thought, well, we don't want to double up. But then as we're looking back at things, the gain is only administered to those that are admitted to the JBBS program, and whereas Civicore is for everybody who gets gets referred to the program. So there are people that can decline the program, or people who can be determined ineligible. And in order to kind of prevent people from saying, hey, I think you're systematically excluding women, or I think you're systematically excluding people of a certain race, or I think you're systematically excluding people who are older, right? One of the things that we need to do is we have to collect that information in Civicore, so we can look at people, not just the people who took the gain, but the people who were referred to the program and couldn't do it for whatever reason, so we compare those populations. So we had to make those demographics required once again. So when you enter a new client, you'll see that information, date of birth, ethnicity, and gender are now required again. And I didn't do that to make, and again, anybody's job harder. I did that because the gain is only going to apply to people who are admitted, and we need to be able to look at people who are referred but not admitted for whatever reason. So that's announcement number one that I had. The other announcement was just a kind of gentle reminder to make sure you're keeping up with the gains, right? Everybody who gets admitted to the JBBS program needs to have a gain assessment done on them. It's okay to use the paper assessments, right? But make sure if you do that, that you're putting those paper assessments into the Chestnut system within, I think we said 15 days or whatever it is, whatever the timeline is, because we don't want a backlog to kind of, build up over time to where, oh, now you have 50 paper assessments that you have to find time to put in the system. So just make sure that, number one, you're conducting the gains. Number two, that if you're doing it the paper way, which is fine, make sure that those are getting in a timely way, and that you have a kind of schedule to get that done. And then a final reminder that anybody who is in the program for more than 90 days, right, they should get another gain assessment every 90 days. And that helps to kind of track progress over time. So if somebody's in the JBBS program for 180 days, for example, they should have 3 gain assessments, one at the very beginning, one at the 90-day mark, and one at the 180-day mark. And again, that's 3 data points on one individual. And in theory, we should see some improvement over time if the JBBS program is working. And that's what we want to be able to demonstrate. So I just wanted to kind of remind you about that. Most people are doing a really good job on that, but I just want to kind of put it out there. So that's really all I had to discuss. Kelly, Camille, do you have anything else to add? Okay, awesome. So I'll open it up to the floor for questions, and we'll kind of go from there.
No questions, huh?
Don't be nervous. This is what we're here for.
Are we this efficient? I can't believe that.
No, I think everybody's
I cannot believe that, actually.
Yeah. Everybody's sipping their coffee right now or something.
Okay. Well, I'll be darned. This is good.
Yeah. So I'm working on a couple of things right now. I guess I'll update you on that while we have time. So I'm pulling the gain totals from every week, right? So that I know how many gains are being done in each facility. And we're getting a report put together to be able to kind of send out and share with everybody about kind of where your gain totals are at and how they've been trending and stuff like that. So just to give you an idea of kind of if you're on a straight course, or if the numbers look low, so we can have a discussion about why that might be. Maybe you have fewer people than you have in the past, or whatever that might be, but we just want to make sure those gains are getting done and put in the system. So I'm putting together a kind of assessment of that, a report on that. The other thing is I'm now starting to dig into last year's monthly contract monitoring tool and the last 2 months of the monthly contract monitoring tool to kind of give us an idea of how many people were served by the WS program in your facility over the last year, and then kind of what the last couple of months have looked like, so that you have some, context for your own, programs, as well as so that we're seeing these things. And then I'm also working with a contractor on visualizing the data, right? Both from Civicore and from the gain, to get that in front of you so that we can visualize these reports. And again, so that you can use that for, going in front of your county commissioners or talking about the efficacy of your program. So all three of those irons are currently in the fire. And as soon as kind of we get those things ready to go, I'll be happy to put those in front of you, hopefully at the next quarterly meeting. And at the very least by the end of the year, so that you can kind of move forward with what you need to move forward with. If any of you need anything before then, let me know. And I'm happy I can put something together, on the spot. It'd take me, a couple of days or a couple hours. I can get something together that could be useful for you. So if you have that come up, don't be afraid to ask. Email Kelly, email Becky, email me, and we can get something together for you. And that's true for anything, any tools that you need, another spreadsheet to help track data over here, or a strategy for how to collect certain information, or whatever it may be. Feel free to let us know, and we're here to help. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. All right, well, speak now or forever hold your peace. Any questions, comments, concerns on anything? Gain, Civicore, monthly contract monitoring tool, anything like that? All right, cool. Silence is golden. Well, thanks everybody for your time. I'm glad we could kind of keep it short. And then, as we said, we'll continue. We'll schedule another meeting probably for 2 weeks out. We'll kind of keep it going for a little bit. But if we go to the next one and there's not many questions, maybe we'll move to like a once a month model. And again, if you need something before then, just let us know. That's what we're here for. But we'll kind of draw back on this and save you all some time so that you don't have to go to these meetings if you don't want to, and that kind of thing. So, okay, perfect.
And Lisa, can you stick around for me? Lisa Conti? Yes. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all.